Sutliff 1849. This is a Virginia Perique, and we are doing vapor blends. We are smoking it out of our 614 Savinelli. It's a honeycomb, it's a jaw hanging billiard. It's a pretty nice pipe. This is, well, looks like honeycomb. All right, let's get this opened up. So this one, I believe, is sold out most places, but you could definitely get it at consignment because I see it on tin bits all the time. And you could probably get it local, brick and mortar. Okay, smelling it through the paper, raisins or plums. So I bought this in February, so it's a few months old. This also smells like raisins. It is rather dry. So the tin note is a sour raisin. Yeah, that's all I'm getting for the tin note is a sour raisin. All right, let's get this loaded on up. This is a ribbon cut. The dry draw taste, it tastes like a sweet raisin. Like literally, if you were eating a raisin, that's what it tastes like. All right, let's get this lid on up. All right, the initial light, it's a smoky spice. Smoky spicy. Yeah, so it's really, before I tamp it down, all I'm getting is like a smoke and spicy. The spice doesn't linger though. So it's spicy when it hits your tongue, but then it's gone. And it just tastes like smoke though. All right, let's tamp this down and get it going. Okay, it's got a pleasant aroma, especially when you're puffing and breathing through your nose. After tamping it and relighting it, it's more of an intense spice, and it does linger a tiny bit. The aftertaste that's left is kind of tobacco-y. It's kind of a tobacco-y aftertaste. Okay, if you puff really slow and breathe through your nose, you get sourdough. You get a sourdough. And you do kind of get sour left over in your mouth. But only when there's smoke in your mouth. So when there's smoke in your mouth, it's sour. You do get the sourdough when you're puffing and breathing through your nose. So when I was dry drawing, it tasted like a raisin, but at this point I don't really taste that. And I don't think it's sweet. I don't think I'm getting any sweetness out of here. All right, well, they have some stuff written on the back, so let's read this. See what it says. And you know, Sutliff's going away. Well, actually it's gone. So that's one of the things I liked about Sutliff is they write stuff on the back. All right, so yeah, this is from February 2025. That's when it was packed. And it says Sutliff, 1849. In 1849, Henry Sutliff opened his first shop in San Francisco on Kearny Street. This fine mixture of sweet Virginia and spicy Perique is commemorating the founding of America's oldest pipe tobacco company. This unique blend is a mixture of bright Virginia, sweet red Virginia, and 2 cuts of Perique. Aesthetically, this is the perfect vapor blend. I'm not really getting sweet yet though, so I mean, we're only a quarter done, so okay, when you pick it back up and start puffing at it and there's not a lot of smoke going through, it is a tangy sour on your tongue. Once the smoke starts getting going though, it is spice. It turns into spice. Spicy it turns into. All right, let's get this book started. We're about halfway done, or we're at the halfway mark about. All right, so what we got going on here is Sutliff, and it's 1849. The tobaccos are Virginia's and Perique's. No flavoring, cut as ribbon. Okay, and then the tin notes, I was just getting raisins, really. Yeah, it's just a sweet raisin that I smell in there. So sweet raisins for the tin notes. At this point, it's a mild smoke. The room note, I'm pretty sure this is pleasant because it smells pretty good in here. Moisture, it's dry. And it is in a tin, and we're using our Savinelli 614. I call this the Honeycomb pipe, but it's a jaw hanger. All right, and we will get to the tasting in a few. All right, your retro hell is, it's not bad, but it is the sneezing filling. It's like a spicy sneezing filling on your retro hell. Every once in a while on the retro hell you do get raisins, but it's faint. We're gonna add a room note especially. Yeah, I think this smells good, so. I don't think your breath is gonna stink either. It kind of smells like, it's like a mix of alcohol and like drinking alcohol and tobacco. I don't think it stinks though. So I think your breath will be all right. You probably still want to brush your teeth, but I don't think you're going to kill anyone with your breath on this one. And you get a kind of little bit of wood. And we're probably at the last quarter. It is kind of a little tiny bit sweet.
It's more smokier than yesterday. I don't think I'd want that in the house.
Does it stink?
I wouldn't say it stinks, it's just really smoky.
Not an insight.
Not an inside.
But doesn't stink.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it doesn't stink, but it's not an inside smoke. All right, we're gonna get this tasting filled out. So it's mostly spicy, but the spice is very tolerable and it doesndoesn't linger. It lingers for maybe a couple seconds, but that's about it. You do get sourdough. Occasionally on your retro, you get a raisin. And the retro it's also tolerable, but it's a sneezing retro hell, so it kind of itches your nose a bit. Towards this bottom here, it's more tangy than sweet. But I was getting a tiny bit of sweet, so we'll say it's very faint, but it's got a light sweetness, and it's tangy now, so tangy. It is a sour. You taste sourdough, but it is sour also. And it's like a smoky tobacco flavor also. So smoky tobacco. All right, if we get anything else, we'll put it in there. So she was saying that it smells smoky. I think it smells good. Of course, I'm sitting in this and I'm puffing at it. I think it smells good. She's saying it's not an inside smoke, so I would definitely take it from a non-smoker. Don't smoke this inside. but I, as a smoker, think it's a pleasant smell. You kind of get an ammonia smell. That would explain the itchy of the nose coming off the bowl. And definitely sourdough. All right, we're gonna get this cleaned on out. Okay, so the smoke wafting off of here is like a wood, like a burning wood. Smells good. And we were pretty much at the bottom. We maybe had a minute left, if that. We smoked pretty much all of it. All right, well, today we did Sutliff 1849, and we smoked it out of our Savinelli 614. This is our honeycomb pipe. And I would give this a 4 out of 5. It is pretty tasty. It's a mild smoke, so if you like mild, spicy that doesn't linger, and it's a very tolerable spice, it's tangy and sour. If you like those, you would definitely like this. It does have raisins every once in a while that you could taste, and you could taste sweetness, but it's just a tiny bit of sweetness. It's predominantly a smoky tobacco, so sweet, just a tiny bit, but sour, spicy, smoky tobacco. That's what I would say this is. So if you like those, this is definitely the blend for you. I don't know if you could get it online anywhere now. I think it's going to just be consignment that you're going to get it at, like 10 Bits or one of the sites that sells consignment tobacco. But it was a lot in stock when they had it in February. So I would check brick and mortars also. They probably have this in stock at brick and mortars. Online though, you know, people just get greedy and they just buy a ton of this stuff and then try to resell it for ridiculous amounts of money on 10 Bits. So I would check local shops first and then 10 Bits. It is pretty tasty. 4 out of 5 for me. So, I mean, I would buy this again if I could find it, but I wouldn't pay premium price for it. It ain't that special, you know what I mean? It's just a vapor. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and
bye.